Computer. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our first and third Wednesdays of the month open Q&A. So we're going to chat through our BOGOs real quick, and then we're just going to have a time where if you have questions, we are here to answer them. And if you're catching this recording, of course, always talk to your advocate and get your questions answered. So one of the quick things that I want to just point out is a part of what I'm sharing today is inside of our customer community page. So the Live Well, Live Free, Live Naturally page is in Facebook. This is a great resource. You have so many people here. There's 2.7 thousand people and so many experiences with these oils. You can come into this space. You can search this page. There's a little search bar right here, this little search magnifying glass. If one of your kiddos has an ear infection, or if you have a leg pain or a cramp or something, come in here and search it and find out what oils support you in that space. But today we're going to talk about our BOGOs, how they make amazing Christmas gifts, and give you some ideas on even how to make some fun little roller bottles, which takes your BOGO oil even further. These are great ideas for teacher gifts, and I got recipes that we're going to share that you can just take a quick screenshot. We won't spend too much time in it, but giving the gift of a purposeful, healing, supportive roller bottle is a great gift idea. So let's get started. We're going to have a little chat here about adaptive and Shinrin Yoku.
Okay, adaptive is definitely my oil. And this one is just a great gift to yourself or to anyone who is dealing with high stress, who isn't in the workplace, at home, in the holiday season. So adaptive is one I tend to use for my personal scent, actually. If you have ADHD, you're going to love this for all the things. When you're ready to focus, when you're ready to feel a calm. It says on the bottle, calming blend, and that is what this is. We have other ways you can take adaptive too, but this one is just a beautiful way. Grab it up, and you'll also get for free Shinrin Yoku. I'm actually showing a different oil bottle because I don't own Shinrin Yoku, but it's some of my friends' favorite oil. I purchased it Monday, cannot wait to get it because Shinrin Yoku is a forest bathing blend, which is a calming and grounding oil. You are going to love using this before sleep, or just in a general, you want to feel grounded today mood. I'm seeing it's great for electromagnetic radiation and jet lag. Um, I was just looking up this also for emotional balance, lack of energy. If you're moody, tense, uptight, this is a really great combo. Calm your body and your mind. Okay, and I have this one too, On Guard. On Guard is an amazing oil for immunity. You need this year round, but people generally struggle more in the winter or as soon as school starts and all those kids are gathered together with all of their germs. So I have had people tell me that they rub the inside of their nostrils with this. Be careful, it's a little spicy, but you can dilute it with a carrier oil and put a little inside your nostrils every day in the seasons where you tend to get sick. So for me, that's November because I'm allergic to all the moldy leaves outside. This is a great gift for teachers, parents, immune compromised. Um, I love to put a little drop in hot water and drink it. As long as you don't mind a little spicy on your lips, it just smells like Thanksgiving to me. I love it. It's got some clove in it. There's so many uses for this On Guard for immunity. And in our customer group, you will find a lot more of that, or ask your advocate because we have several ways to use these oils. A lot of them can be used all three ways: on the skin, diffused in the air, and taken internally. But you'll want to be careful of supplement packs. So this one is one you can take internally because you can see there's a supplement pack there. Buy On Guard, get Breathe Free. Just had someone else mentioning they were using Breathe because they're struggling with allergies right now. Breathe is great if you are wanting to open up your airways. My son ended up with a cold this week, and we're diffusing this by his bed at night, and that has given him a lot of calm. I'm also using it on his spine. I'm just putting it with a little carrier oil down his spine to open up his airways. If I would have had this when my kids were young, I would not have had to do breathing treatments every winter on two of my children. So I've heard amazing stories from people who are using these on infants. You can put it on their feet. So many neat ways to use this combo and keep your family healthy. And then last for me is Purify. Um, I'm excited about Purify because this is one that actually can purify the air. My sister has had intense mold reactions and still has mold spores in her home, and they found it in the HVAC system. And so what she did is she just not distilled, help me, diffused purify in every room of the house, and this is how that she's been able to be functional the last month. So wonderful, wonderful ways that you can use purify, and then even just simplistic ways. You can put it on a cotton ball in your kids' shoes or your shoes if you struggle with stinky feet. So you purify the air, you can purify your laundry. People will put this on their dryer balls, put it into the dryer. So many neat ways to use this too. And you'll see that there's some on the screen, you have a few other ideas. Tea tree is also a cleanser. So think of both of these as cleansing oils. And tea tree you can use to gargle in your mouth with water if you have canker sores or cavities and you want to clean your mouth. So you're cleaning with these items. Tea tree is also great if you have maybe like a toe fungus or a skin irritant. And you can use this in many ways. It is um, actually don't see the supplement fact on this, but I know that because we have pure oils, that people do put this in a drop in water and swish it in their mouth. Anything else on tea tree, Leah?
Acne is the thing that I think of too for tea
Hmm.
tree, which we put in there because I know it helps people with their skin a lot. And yeah, it's just super purifying. Love it. I think these oils are so medicinal. Betsy might have something to add.
I had to unmute myself. But yeah, I agree with you, Leah. The anything for acne, eczema. I just actually helped someone. He has like flaky scalp, stuff like that. Itchy, anything itchy. Purify is also amazing for if you have any kind of an allergic reaction with hives or itching. That Purify will get rid of that itch so fast, especially if you mix it with like coconut oil and rub it on your skin.
I love that. Purify is my favorite for a cleaner. Like I love it in a spray bottle, a couple drops in the toilet bowl, all that good
Oh,
stuff.
yes.
So super amazing for that too. To me, that's the one that like when I smell it, I'm like, oh, that's a clean. Even though clean doesn't smell, but it's nice to have something good. All right, we're gonna let Christy share some more.
So I have Copaiba in deep blue. So if you buy the Copaiba, you get the deep blue for free. And these are mostly known for pain support. So I'm really excited about this bundle. And these are two that we use a lot in our house. But just to kind of highlight each of them first, and then I'll give you guys some uses. The Copaiba is a anti-inflammatory, but also an anti-stress oil, and it works with the body's neural receptors. So it effectively also enhances any other oil that it's paired with. And so that's what makes Copaiba so amazing is that, not only is it help with pain and more neurological kind of pain, but it also helps, to enhance other oils it's paired with. So it is good to use with pain and inflammation, arthritis, neuropathy, tics, any type of tension, anxiety, and stress. So it's a very grounding blend as well. Meditation, relaxation, autoimmune processes, skin as well. And then with the deep blue, so that is a blend. Deep blue is actually a blend and it's a smaller bottle, but it's very powerful. It's a blend for pain and inflammation of hard and soft tissues of the body. Okay. So the oils that are in this one, in the deep blue, are wintergreen, yellow camphor, peppermint, blue tansy, ylang ylang, chamomile, and immortelle. So it is great for pain, inflammation, and hard tissues and joints. Okay. So arthritis, sprains, um, muscle tension and muscle spasms, bruises and hematomas, headaches. Also, it's good for a facial massage to relax facial muscles, and it can also be used for cough and asthma. So, something that somebody taught us recently, actually, on our castor oil class, is that these two are great to sandwich together too. So, you could do like a layer of the copaiba and then deep blue and another layer of the copaiba again as well. But I find, especially with deep blue, I'm always putting it with a carrier oil for sure. And that is one, I mean, we use all the time. I just actually use the combination on my younger one going through growing pains. And then next up, we have buy lavender, get peppermint for free. So I know that a few people have mentioned allergies. So if you actually have lemon, you would then have like it's, an allergy balm is what it's called, that you could diffuse or you could even put in a capsule to take. So it's great for any time of the year. But lavender is very relaxing and calming without like a sedative effect. Okay, so it's not going to instantly make you fall asleep. It restores hormonal balance and it also is a great healer oil too. So it's great for support for sleep and anti-stress, cuts, abrasions, or burns. So, and that means sunburn or burn yourself on the stove type of burn. It's good for insect bites, inflammation of the gums, skin problems as well, skin elasticity, tension, anxiety, stress, and it can also be used in cooking too. So I know a lot of people like even like lavender tea and different things like that. Peppermint. So peppermint is very different than lavender. It's more of a cooling oil. So it relieves muscle spasms, headaches in minutes. I love this one to, if I ever have a headache coming on, to breathe in deeply, but also just to put on the temples and the back of my ears too. But it's a great one for even pain during a woman's cycle. It's good for bringing down temperature. So whether it's hot flashes or an actual real temperature, it's a great one for that. It's good for upset stomach. So you could, put a drop of peppermint under your tongue, or you could even mix it with a carrier oil and put it over your stomach. It's good for sunburn, allergies. I actually like it for waking me up or even getting me going before I go to the gym. But this is another good one that can be used in cooking too. So a favorite in our family's house is to mix this in with brownies and make peppermint brownies. Okay, and then you have an ability this month as well to get some free oils. So I had to do a little bit of research on some of these because I was familiar with one because we use it a lot in our house. But then there was the clove and the Siberian fir that I'm not as familiar with. So wild orange is exactly, what it sounds like. It smells like oranges, right? And it's another great one that you can pair with so many different things, but just a few benefits of wild orange. I like to put it in my water, but it's a good one for if you're experiencing low energy or just kind of sluggishness. It's great for mental fatigue or lack of focus as well. Stale or stuffy air, and you can inhale this one. You can apply it topically. Or like I said, you can ingest it too, just for an energizing boost in your mood. All right. Clove. So clove is another really great one for immune support. So it's a good one this time of the year. It, just supports our immune system, but it also helps with oral care or minor irritations orally. And that one is another one that can be diffused or taken, internally and supports wellness. So I might let Betsy, if she knows anything more about clove, but let me talk about Siberian fir really quick, and then I'll let Betsy maybe add to that one. So with Siberian fir, it's great for tensions in the muscles or your joints. stress or mental fatigue. And it's another one that you can, diffuse, apply topically. Good one for, putting in rollers to do with, just concentration, but also relaxation too.
That's awesome. Um, okay, so yeah, that clove, you guys, teeth, anything that you have issues with gums or teeth, it's antifungal for your body, but it also is rejuvenating for your mouth. So I would recommend it is extremely spicy. One time I literally tried to put a drop in my mouth. It is numbing and it kind of numbed my throat. So don't do that, okay? Just take it and put like a drop on your finger and literally like put it on the gum or the tooth that's bothering you. If you have one of those, I've even used it for an abscess. So, dentists don't sue me, but it helped. It cured it. If I can even use that word, I don't think we're supposed to. It helped it greatly. Um, so the clove, I think, is also really good for any kind of when you're doing a cleanse. We probably have it in a couple of our um, soft gels that are for cleansing. So it'll help kind of get rid of any parasite activity. If you have any worries or concerns about that, you can put it in a capsule. I would recommend that over putting it in a drop of water just because of what I just said. Also, that Siberian fir, any of our wood blends are going to have that literally like rooted effect. So it has like a, I don't want to say grounding, but it's just breathing it in makes you feel stable. So that's all I would say about those.
I love that. And actually, one of my favorite things about clove is the 300,000 antioxidants on the ORIC scale. So, like, I mean, I think inside of our little book here, it says as a dried spice, it's 300,000. As an essential oil, it's over 1 million on the ORIC scale. So antioxidants are huge in cloves. So that's why even like when you make elderberry tea or something to use, it is going to be one of those things that you add as a spice. But when you put a drop of the essential oil in there, wow, you're really up in your level. And just a fun little thing about Siberian fir, because it is a weird one, right? Like we don't just go say, hey, where's my Siberian fir? But last night my husband in his scan showed a need for Siberian fir. And what we learned because we went to our book here, and it was for constricted breathing, congestion, and a cough. And he's kind of dealt with a little asthmatic cough because it's winter and he works outside. Which today he sent me a picture and I shared it with Trina of the peppermint beadlets. He's like, buy more of these because this is more impactful than a cough drop has ever been for me. So I love just having all these natural healing tools in our cabinets, easy to grow and to share with others.
Can I show that real quick, Leah? Can I
Yeah,
show
go
the
for it. Go for it.
because she brought that up, I meant to say it earlier, but On Guard and Peppermint come in these little beadlet forms, and it's worth tacking onto your order if you haven't ordered yet this month. So it looks like a little chapstick, and you can open, and it tiny, tiny little beadlets. And so even for fresh breath, for like, I don't even know if you can see that. Congestion, all the things.
Yeah.
Love these beadlets, even if I'm sitting in church and I'm feeling a little stuffy or everyone's coughing around me, grab your On Guard beadlets and
It's
take
one
those.
drop of oil. Each beadlet has one drop of oil.
Thanks, Hub.
Yeah.
I'm going to share, I've got one more little thing to share with you guys. So this is just to kind of add on to what is so amazing. So when you have that 175 PV before the 21st, like between now and the 21st, you're getting that wild orange clove Siberian fir. So that's even if you have a normal order still scheduled to go in, make sure you bump it up to 175 because you're getting a lot for free. And then any new customers, if you have anyone that you want to share doTERRA with, you have a shopping link as an existing customer and you'll get 20% back on your doTERRA dollars for whatever they order. So, and they would get the opportunity to grab balance, a peppermint with a shaker bottle, and an adapter. There's different shopping specials for different carts, but these are just such a generous time to be able to plug in. So the BOGOs are amazing. Absolutely excited to have them. They are something that only comes around, I believe, 2 to 4 times in doTERRA land a year. So this is just a really special time to plug in and to be able to get a bunch of oils for your medicine cabinet very quickly. Like I put BOGO oils in here. Like this is what you're getting, this many oils this month if you grab the whole BOGO collection. And when you do get the whole BOGO collection, it automatically prompts you for the free oils and you get a bag to be able to store them in. It's not a box this time, but it is a bag. And it is great to have a space to be able, yeah, there's Trina's got kind of an example of that bag. So these are just fun to plug into. And of course, we're here for open Q&A, but I don't like putting anybody on the spot. So I'm going to stop the recording. And we're just thankful for you all to have spent this time learning about the BOGOs with us.